Hey there! I thought you'd like to come along with me and see what's on my desk today. I thought I would show you how to do the faux postage stamps. I'm sure you've seen them done by several people, and I thought you might just like to see what my version is. Um, I've got a few made pieces here. This one is done with using pinking shears that you sew with, and it makes a very creditable edge on your stamp. Then I have, by luck, the postage stamp or postage trimmer, and it makes the one that looks like the rip-off stamps, like they would be together and you could just rip them right apart. You can also decorate these up with bling. I've actually collaged this piece because I didn't have enough to make a nice square here. You also stamp. I did a little script stamping. Whatever you feel like you want to do to them to dress them up. The papers that I've used here are from the Bee Journal by Lynn Art Studio. And I'm doing a daisy journal right now. Actually, 5 of them. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So each journal will get one. But this yellow was a little too intense to have as a page in my journals, but it had beautiful little images of daisies on it. So that's what you see here. I ripped out what I needed. And for your bases, you can use a tea dye, coffee dyed piece of paper, and you want to rip it a little bit bigger than your image is going to be, so then you can cut down. Some people, and me in particular, have used a book page before, where you have these nice big blank areas, and primo real estate on the ones that only have a few words on this side and all of it's blank on both sides. Those make the best ones. Though I have seen people that will make them with the book page behind, which, you know, me having the script here kind of gives you an idea of what that might look like. So what we want to do first is take our stamp, and I've prepared this when I've inked around the edges, and you probably see where I ink. I'm an inker. I like to have a little bit of an aged look to it. So the first thing I did was ink around there, and then I'm going to glue, and I like to use tweezers, and I'm going to face my daisy up. I'm going to put my glue on the back. You can also use a glue stick, which does a very good job, especially since this is copy paper, a very lightweight paper. The glue stick will do a good job. And we're just going to try to put it center somewhere. Doesn't have to be exact because you're going to trim around it. So then we got that done. I don't need this anymore. Let me cap my glue. Next will be our stamping. And I'm using a little Memento Dewdrop Espresso Truffle. And I really like this. So I use it quite a bit. I'm using a stamp from Correspondence, the Tim Holt stamps, Stampers Anonymous. Bobby, I'm busy right now, baby. Sorry, I have a little cat interruption. So I just tap, 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 and then I'm going to go along the bottom edge here and put on my bars and stripes, whatever they call those things. I also like to put a little circle, and this little stamp comes from Hip Stamp Hooray, and I think I got that at Hobby Lobby. So we're going to put him up here, kind of going off the side. I'm not going to add any script stamp to this one because you kind of see how it did here. I did it on the side there, I did it on the top there, and I think on the top here. And also, I don't know if I mentioned this, you didn't have to do any kind of fancy trim on the outside edges. You could just leave it blank and straight. All right, so that's done. Now we're going to cut it, and You know, I'm going to pick my my stamp cutter here, and I got to remember how this goes. The flat piece goes out because that's the piece that's hooked to another stamp that you rip off. And then I got to remember not to go all the way down because it leaves a straight piece at the end, and I don't like that. It's hard to hide it once you've got it on there. Very hard to hide it. Okay. Even though you're cutting through your stamp here, that's okay. If it was stamped off of the page, it gives more interest. If everything was uniform and stuck on the page, it's kind of boring to the eye. And I like to have a little bit of a surprise. Like I just surprised myself and cut that just a little bit crooked. So anyhow, I'm not going to go and go around the outside here. You kind of see what the idea is. And then you can put you a couple little pieces of bling on there. I have little pearls. Oops, that one tried to jump off. And they could be put up here. Since this corner is kind of bare, I can cut another one and put there. Kind of at a catty corner. And they will be nice little enhancements just to decorate a page or to put on the front of a pocket. You can use them anywhere. I mean, they kind of hold their own in any real estate in the journal. Thank you very much for joining. And give me a thumbs up if you please.